For 50,000 years, the galaxy lived under one belief: humanity was gone forever. Every empire repeated the same story. Every school taught the same lesson. Every young alien grew up hearing the same warning: humans were powerful, but their time ended. It became a rule of the stars, a truth no one questioned. The galaxy continued without them. New races filled the empty space. New governments rose. New wars were fought. But behind everything, one quiet lie controlled the galaxy: humans will never return. No one expected this lie to break, not on an ordinary day, not during an ordinary moment, not when the galaxy felt safest. But everything changed in a single second. On a small frontier station near the edge of the Orion Rift, a young alien officer named Rethon monitored the scanners. His job was boring. For 10 years, nothing surprising had appeared on the screens. Only merchant ships, cargo haulers, and silent dust clouds drifting through space. Rethon yawned and checked the clock. His shift had 5 hours left. Then the station shook. The lights flickered. Every alarm screamed at once. The scanner, dead for years, suddenly burst with red symbols and warning codes that Rethon had never seen in his entire life. He stared at it, confused. "Impossible," he whispered. The signal was old, very old. A type of transmission only one species ever used in the ancient past. No one had seen it for 50 millennia, but the scanner was clear. Human origin code detected. Rethon froze, his heart beat loud, his hands shaking. Looked around, hoping someone else would confirm it. But he was alone in the control room. Then another alarm sounded. Then another. Then every star system in the region lit up with the same alert. Across the galaxy, on thousands of worlds, military officers, scientists, kings, queens, and even criminals stared at the same message. Humanity's signal recovered. The quiet lie began to crack. Rethon quickly opened the long-range view screen. At first, everything looked normal. Stars burning, dust drifting, silence, then space rippled. It looked like water bending in slow motion. Dark matter swirled. Stars behind the distortion twisted and stretched like threads being pulled apart. Rethon stepped back from the screen, unable to breathe. "What is that?" he whispered. The distortion grew bigger, brighter, stronger. The station vibrated like it was being pulled toward the strange formation. Then, with a sound that no one should ever hear in the vacuum of space, the fabric of the universe tore open. A giant wormhole exploded into existence, massive, glowing blue, swallowing the dark around it. Rethon's eyes widened. His hands gripped the console so hard, his fingers hurt. From inside the wormhole, something moved. A shape, a shadow, a giant silhouette, growing clearer every second. The first ship arrived. Rethon gasped. It was not a ship. It was a fortress, black metal, sharp angles, glowing blue lights. A circular energy core pulsing like a heart.
Out.
Bigger than any alien battleship he had ever studied. It flew with slow, terrifying control, as if gravity itself obeyed it. Then the second ship emerged. Then the third. Then a long, endless line of giant vessels, one after another. Filling the sky in perfect formation, the galaxy's greatest fear had become real. Humanity had returned across the galaxy. Chaos began. Some empires panicked and ordered their fleets to prepare for war. Some shut down communications, hoping to hide. Some sent diplomats begging for mercy. Some fell into silence, unable to process what they saw. The galaxy had always feared human technology. Even thousands of years ago, humans created things no one understood. Weapons, shields, engines, machines that broke every known rule of physics. Now, after 50,000 years of evolution, no one could imagine how powerful they had become. Back on the frontier station, Rethon watched in speechless fear as the human ships spread out like a metal storm across the sky. They did not fire weapons. They did not send drones. They did not even adjust their formation. They simply observed. Blue scanners swept across planets, moons, and smaller ships. Not in a threatening way. More like they were studying the state of the galaxy after their long absence. Rethon trembled. They are searching for something, he whispered. He did not know what. He did not want to know. Suddenly, the station speakers crackled. A voice smooth, calm, but heavy with age, filled the control room. It spoke in a language Rethan had never heard, yet somehow understood perfectly. To the galaxy, do not fear. Humanity has returned. Rethan felt electricity rush down his spine. The voice continued, "We come not for conquest. We come for the truth. A truth hidden for 50,000 years." The words shook Rethan more than any weapon ever could. A truth hidden for 50,000 years? What truth? Why were the humans the ones revealing it? The young officer stared at the countless ships filling the sky. The galaxy's biggest lie was breaking. Humanity, once forgotten, now stood above millions of worlds like a rising storm. Rethan understood one thing clearly. Nothing would ever be the same again. Asterisk. The message from the human fleet echoed across the galaxy like thunder. Every planet, every moon, every hidden base heard the same calm voice. We come for the truth. Most aliens had never heard a human voice before. It felt strange, calm, but powerful, peaceful, yet frightening. It shook the heart in a way no weapon ever could. On the frontier station, Rethan stood frozen. His mind raced with questions. Why had humans returned? Why now? And what truth were they talking about? Outside the station window, the human warships continued spreading across the sky, each one glowing with cold blue light. They moved with perfect discipline, like one living creature made of metal. No alien fleet in the galaxy could move like that. Humanity was not only back, humanity was far stronger than before. Across nearby systems, alien fleets began gathering. Giant cruisers, battle platforms, and interceptor swarms formed defensive lines, afraid but ready. The leaders of these fleets sent encrypted messages to each other. Do not fire unless the humans attack. Hold your ground. Watch their movements carefully. But even with all their ships combined, they knew the truth. If humans wanted war, the galaxy would fall in minutes. On the bridge of the largest alien flagship, Commander Vorth watched the human formation with fear boiling in his stomach. His species, the Drexari, once ruled large parts of the galaxy. They had power, they had armies. But now, facing this returning empire, Vorth felt small. Do they know what happened to them? His second officer asked quietly. Vorth did not answer. No one wanted to talk about that. Back on the frontier station, Rethan listened as the human voice returned. This time, the message was longer. For 50,000 years, you believed humanity was gone. Rethan swallowed hard. But we were never destroyed. We were never defeated. We chose to leave the galaxy to survive a power far greater than any empire you know today. Rethan blinked in shock. Humanity left the galaxy. Why would they do that? The voice continued. We built our new home beyond the edge of time, beyond every dimension, you understand. And from there, we watched the galaxy rebuild itself. Rethan's hands shook. Humans had been watching them, 50,000 years. Before anyone could think, the human flagship emitted a beam of light, soft, blue, and beautiful. It did not attack anything. Instead, it projected a massive image into the sky above countless planets. Every alien looked up. The image showed a timeline of galactic history, wars, alliances, discoveries, and then something strange, large pieces missing, like pages torn from a book. The human voice spoke again. Your leaders erased the truth. They erased us. Rethan felt a cold shiver run down his spine. The galaxy erased humans. Why? In a distant palace on the world of Syraxis, Queen Larina watched the projection with trembling hands. She knew this day might come. Her ancestors kept secret records proof. The humans were not destroyed by nature or accident. The ancient council had voted to erase humanity because they feared them. They feared human creativity. They feared human unpredictability. They feared human strength. They feared that the humans would become unstoppable. Queen Larina closed her eyes. The lie is breaking, she whispered. Ships across the galaxy tried to decipher the human technology. But every scanner failed. Every sensor overloaded. Every reading made no sense. Human ships were made of materials no empire recognized. Their engines created energy without fuel. Their shields bent physics like soft clay. Aliens felt like they were seeing God's return. Back at the frontier station, Rethon finally spoke, his voice barely a whisper. They are not here to attack. They are here to show us something. His words were proven true only seconds later. The human flagship released another pulse, not an attack, but a call. A single frequency that traveled through every star system. A message followed. We seek the one who hid the truth. We seek the ones who erased our memory. Do not come in anger. But we will not leave without answers. Galactic leaders panicked. Old secrets crawled out from the shadows. The galaxy's biggest lie, forgotten for thousands of years, was now alive and burning in the light of human return. On the Drexery flagship, Commander Vorth felt sweat on his forehead. This is not good, he muttered. His second officer looked at him with wide eyes. What will we do? We wait, Vorth said, because if we act too early, we die. And if we act too late, we also die. He stared at the glowing human fleet. They did not return as victims. They returned as something else. Meanwhile, humans continued scanning planets, moons, and old battlefields. Every scan was calm, controlled, gentle, as if they were looking for old memories buried under the dust of time. Rethon whispered to himself, they are searching for something. Or someone. His heart pounded, because he felt the galaxy was about to face something bigger than war. Something older. Something hidden, and humanity already knew the truth. One more message echoed. To the galaxy. Prepare yourselves. The truth you fear will be shown. The voice ended. Silence returned, but it was not peaceful. It was the silence before a storm that would change everything. Asterisk, the galaxy held its breath. For hours, the human fleet stayed silent, hovering above hundreds of star systems like enormous shadows. Their glowing blue lights never dimmed. Their enormous ships did not move even an inch out of formation. It felt like they were waiting for the galaxy to face the truth. On the frontier station, Rethon could not calm his pulse. The tension in the air felt heavy, like gravity itself had doubled. The station staff whispered, afraid to speak louder. What truth are they talking about? Are they here to punish us? Will the humans bring war? No one knew, but everyone feared the answer. Then, without warning, the human flagship released another wave of blue light. The entire sky shifted, creating a massive holographic window that stretched across planets and moons. Rethon watched with wide eyes, as ancient images flickered into view, not images from human archives, not images from alien records. These were memories. The galaxy's forgotten memories. The projection showed an ancient meeting room, huge. It's filled with leaders from dozens of species. Their faces were serious. Their voices shook with fear. Rethon leaned forward. The council was voting on something. Then he saw the object in the center of the room. A hologram of Earth. A deep voice echoed from the memory. Humanity is unpredictable. They will surpass us all. Another voice spoke sharply, then erase them. Erase everything, Rethon gasped. This was the truth humans spoke about. The galaxy did not lose humans to a disaster. They did not die from war. They were not destroyed by nature. They were erased. Intentionally, hidden, silenced, removed from history. The room on the screen grew darker as the ancient leaders voted. Every vote appeared in bright red light. Erase humanity from all history. Destroy records. Hide their technology. Lie to every future generation. Rethon felt sick. The galaxy's greatest lie was real. On the Drexari flagship, Commander Vorth watched the projection with clenched fists. His ancestors had been part of that council. His species helped erase humanity's name because they feared human potential. The truth hit him like a blade. We are the reason they left. He whispered. His second officer stepped back, horrified. They will seek revenge. But Vorth shook his head slowly. No, they are not here for revenge. They are here for justice. Across the galaxy, panic spread. Civilians screamed. Governments tried to shut down the projection, but it was impossible. Every screen, every device, every hologram displayed the same truth. Children cried as they learned history was a lie. Leaders hid in bunkers. Scientists tried to deny the evidence, but they could not. The truth was too clear. Humanity did not vanish. Humanity escaped. They left the galaxy to survive something else, something even the old council feared. The holographic memory shifted again. This time, it showed a planet Rethon had never seen. A dark, dead world, cracked like broken glass. Energy storms raged on its surface. The human voice returned. This was the threat we escaped. A being beyond all empires. A mind that consumes reality. Rethon felt chills. This was the thing the galaxy feared more than humans. This was the power that made ancient leaders erase humanity, instead of facing the real danger. But the voice continued. We survived by leaving, but we did not hide. We evolved. The projection changed again. What Rethon saw next made him step back in fear. Massive, human cities floating in another dimension. Giant machines powered by living stars. Humans walking beside luminous beings made of energy. A civilization far beyond anything the galaxy had achieved. Humanity did not fall. Humanity ascended. Then, new image appeared. A dark room. A single Drexery leader standing before a console. He looked scared, desperate. His hands shook as he pressed a glowing button, and the screen displayed the command. Wipe human history, final confirmation, Rethon whispered. It was. One man, one leader. Who erased everything. But the voice of the human broadcast corrected him. Not one man. 6 empires. 6 rulers who feared a truth they could not control. Rethon's heart pounded. The galaxy's biggest leaders did not fear humanity's strength. They feared humanity's freedom. Their creativity, their ability to rise after every fall. Their ability to invent what no one else could imagine. They feared humans would surpass them all. So, they removed humanity from history. The projection ended. Silence returned. The galaxy trembled. Then for the first time one of the human ships moved, slowly, calmly, directly toward the Drexery flagship commander. Vorth's heart nearly stopped. They are coming for us, he said quietly. His officers panicked. Should we fire? Should we escape? Commander, what do we do? Vorth closed his eyes. We do nothing, he said. If they wanted us dead, we would already be dead. The human ship approached until it filled the entire view screen. Blue lights pulsed along its hull like a heartbeat. Then, a message appeared on Vorth's bridge. A simple message. We know what you did, but we are not your enemy. Vorth swallowed hard. Then the final message came. Prepare yourselves. The darkness that made us leave also returns. Message ended, and every alien heart froze. Humanity had not returned for revenge. They returned because something far worse was coming, and the galaxy had only one hope left. The galaxy was silent. Every empire, every soldier, every citizen felt the same heavy truth pressing on their chest. Humanity had returned stronger than imagination, and the truth of their disappearance was now exposed to the whole universe. But something even darker hid behind that truth. Force so powerful that the ancient council once feared it more than anything. The same force was returning. Every alien knew one thing. If humanity could barely survive it 50,000 years ago, how could the rest of them survive now? On the Drexery flagship, Commander Vorth stood frozen as the massive human ship hovered in front of him. Its glowing blue energy pulsed like a beating heart. Its presence felt alive, aware. Watching, his officers trembled behind him. Commander. What do we do? One whispered. Vor swallowed hard. We listen, he said, because there was nothing else they could do. Suddenly, human flagship sent out a new, deeper signal. It rolled through space like thunder, shaking nearby moons and warships. Across the galaxy, Human ships responded. Their lights changed from soft blue to fierce white. Every sensor lit up, every scanner overloaded. The galaxy watched in fear as the impossible was happening. The human fleet was preparing for something enormous. Back on the frontier station, Rethon stared at the display panel as symbols he had never seen before flashed across the screen. They are activating something, he whispered. The station's commander rushed into the room. What does the signal mean? Rethon pointed at the data. It is not a weapon. It looks like a net or a shield, but huge, bigger than anything we have ever built. The commander frowned. A shield? For what? Rethon swallowed. For all of us, the human voice returned calm, but now deeper. Almost sorrowful. The truth you feared was not us. The truth you erased was not only our name. Every being across the galaxy leaned closer to screens. Shaking as they waited, we left the galaxy to escape a darkness that destroys suns and feeds on life. And now it has awakened again. Rethon felt the air leave his lungs. A darkness that feeds on life. What kind of enemy was this? The voice continued. We do not return as conquerors. We return as the galaxy's only shield. All across the galaxy, human ships sent out beams of white light. They connected together like threads, forming a massive, brilliant structure that expanded across star systems. It was beautiful and terrifying. A glowing web of protection covering planets that once betrayed humanity, Rethon whispered. They are trying to protect us, even after what we did to them. But not all empires accepted this truth peacefully. On the edge of the galaxy, the Vargath Dominion, the most aggressive empire, refused to believe humanity's story. They're supreme. Commander slammed his fist onto his control table. Humans lie, he roared. They want to rule us. They want to take the galaxy. His officers hesitated. But Commander, their technology. We cannot fight it, he cut them off with a shout. Prepare the Omega Dreadnought. The largest Vargath warship powered up, glowing red like a raging star. Cannons charged. Engines roared. The ship turned toward the human fleet. The galaxy's first attack was coming. On the frontier station, Thon's screen flashed. Incoming weapon fire, it warned. His eyes widened. No, they cannot. A brilliant beam shot across space, tearing through darkness like lightning. It hit the nearest human warship, Dodon. A direct hit. The galaxy gasped. The light cleared, and the human ship was fine. Not a scratch. Not a dent. It did not even move. Rethon stared in disbelief. They took the full attack, like it meant nothing. The human ship responded, but not with fire. Instead, it released a soft white pulse. The Vargath Dreadnought suddenly powered down. Completely. Its weapons shut off. Engines froze. Shields disappeared. It floated helplessly in space like a dead leaf. One of Rethon's officers whispered, "The humans disabled it without hurting anyone." The human voice echoed again, "We do not seek war, but we will not allow harm." Across the galaxy, alien fleets lowered their weapons. Even the most stubborn commanders understood. They could not fight humanity. They could only follow them, or be destroyed by the darkness coming. The human flagship released one final message, a message that would shape the next era of the galaxy. We return not to rule, we return to protect. Join us. Stand with us, or stand alone against the coming dark. Rethon felt something he had not expected. Hope, for the first time. Aliens realized that humanity did not come to punish them for their past sins. They came because the galaxy needed them, desperately, as the shield web spread across the stars. The Drixery flagship received a private transmission. Commander Vorth stepped forward as the hologram of a human figure appeared, tall, glowing. With eyes like twin stars, the human spoke softly. "Commander Vorth, your ancestors helped erase us, but you will help save the galaxy." Vorth bowed his head. "What must we do?" The human's voice was calm. "Prepare your fleets. Prepare your worlds. The enemy that hunts us all is already waking. The hologram faded, the stars dimmed. A cold breeze swept across the bridge, and in the far distance, beyond the reaches of light, something enormous shifted. Something alive. Something hungry. Something ancient. Rethon watched from the station window. "Oh no," he whispered. "What is that?" Because the darkness humanity feared was finally rising, and the galaxy had only one protector. Powerful enough to face it: humanity,